Ebusuafo memo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. There is a story bia ababeto yenim. No kwene nyame yenim ni. It does not look good for Ghanaians. It does not speak well for us at all. Now that story we officially no FBI 4 ena omo ede babeto social media. Na FBI 4 can say omo achi Ghana ni bi. Muni amokaya FBI 4 ba Ghana babeye operations bia omoche nkrofo bi a woboche abrante bia na nkrofo ka se oye musician Shatawale ni godfather omoche ne kan ho. Yes, one of them were admitted to the part of sa boni ya yede to omoso yi a wotremu a boni na omoye no na the amount $100 million na wono no onyemu $10 million pe. Na waje atum se odi sa bone no na sa $10 million no obitua inti America for no osre wo mo FBI for den sem na ba betuja. Na there is a need for us to talk about these things because yen ye bedi adanse se nan saying sa FBI in sem no adoso wo Ghana ha obon se FBI chiwe nan saying san sem na adoso, you know. As a Ghanaian, it is not looking good. It is not good. There is a reason why I ended Nigeria for kokopio or mine be more na omo sa akro ni mu no and sa o mine ni mu no omo ni na sha se womo ehwe Nigeria 422 because of inyama bi say ya the reputation, the bad reputation a omo mu bi ekriti ma womo ho a womo anka ene ma sa nyama we bai and hwe ni ye na Ghana ye de ni say sa FBI nsensem see na yan ha one hwe ni ya ebe say Ghana for din Ghana for amoti abrochire mo na de we ebe ha mopan. And so it's rather unfortunate say eya na bibi say AC a ubehu journalist a wo mo ye veteran journalist a wo mo they are supposed to know better. You see them and they will be on radio stations and TV stations and they will be speaking on behalf of these people. Be saying say ane se ni bakone wi abroni a bone be ne wom eya na me tese journalist be mo kasa nse na I'm like, what? Are we serious right now? It's sad. Making kind FBI phone sema wo mo ede atudwa na yahwe de ebeye. And then your first time wa ha me share subscribe na click the notification bell on so. Oye ne sa latest news bi aba onsa ebeka. Also, the United States has detailed how a Ghanaian national identified as Derek Van Yeboah, also known as Van, orchestrated an elaborate online fraud operation that preyed on the emotional vulnerabilities of individuals and businesses. I say the scheme is said to have ultimately led to defrauding victims of more than $100 million. And the Bonia yesi omudi no the and say $100 million. A man crow for a book, $100 million. A bushing for $100 million. Hey, yes, you got to I don't know. And these are very young guys, who like in their 30s and 40s. As he providing details in the role of the suspect, the US stated that Van Yeboah and his associates operated largely from Ghana, targeting elderly men and women seeking companionship online. In Tisenia, omo pretty ye and say omo pe embrewafo ne nkokrafo a omo epe dofo omo pe kunu epe eyerenom. Nti embrewafo ni bi e wa abrochire omo kunu mu ewu eja omo. Nti nkrofo we be ye omo ho te say de o ye wo ho mamo ye young guys na so ye betumi ene mu atena. Nkokrafo na wo mo nso eyere no mu ewu no nkrofo we betena se hu se ye nso ye mma na FBI for betre senia wo mu di se adwuma wo de hwe o see they posed as romantic partners, carefully cultivating trust over weeks or months before persuading victims to spend money under false pretenses. Omo sheda yo mo hu ntino ayakokra no se opeyere a obesha da ye ne ho se wo yoba, but omudi kan a won sha ase se wo bisa osika o obe build the trust relationship, obe cultivate the trust over weeks and months. Obama wa ginedi. Master, some people are manipulative rough. Now there we won. Obia owo street in the Subian in the Meba became adie we omo format omo adebfn format. They have a format for things like this, like omo documented PDF. Our omo betra format. Send ya obe manipulate o broni no. Mr. Obi biara wotie me bia no. Book ne wo screen so no. Pe book ni bi na to. Wa we fuso, a pese we fuko from no pe book we na to. Book we e ya hwene pankasa. So far, I think say at this point we've sold probably maybe close to 2,000 copies of this book. Inti book na be kasa ma ne ho. Me say auto book no na we fuso. Na ye nyama e wo book ni. Na 1 week. 1 week. We hu evidence bia. No problem. O de fa book ni bra beji usika. Obetumi akọ Amazon. Okọ Amazon na wa search for the book. Title ne your action plan for weight loss. The Ghanaian ni bia wa brocha pe book ni hard copy no call Amazon na search for book no. O search for book no eba na wato oto aye be ship dia bro. And as o de friend number na o screen is on the 055-807-4986. At ya say any PDF or any tree video or the ever video is also available. Instead of say obekwa read this book ya ye de dada mbrofufu eji o musike yi na later FBI ababe chill no fari the book we mum e be trow de obeye I be ma we live healthy yet also or see they pose as romantic partners, carefully cultivating trust over weeks or months before persuading victims to spend money under false pretenses. Or see, investigators say the group used a combination of psychological manipulation. As in a motion in sono. Or see, the group used a combination of psychological manipulation and technical tools to convince victims their interactions were genuine. Omo disika to mfidie enti se woni obema akokra obroni na etwetwe nkomo a wo disika to ato mfidie to the point where akokra ne friend wo live zoom so a mfidie ne be ma ono adane oba ebe ye so ni oba na ekasa chomo ato mfidie AI e de ato mfidie ma chese oni jawajo hey engrofo disika Abrewano de ye ne se o wenya dofu bi hwe Ghana ni bi akokra no ye ne se wenya dofu bi Ghana ni be ma bi na no odi AI adane ne nima ye oba no de dada wo de ji usikedi because sabe bro fo ye ne so mo so mo ejimi oba se o ma me frɛ o live na me hwe se ye wo a wa frɛ o live na ne kasa no wa twi ne dikra hwe nati. Or say investigators say the group used a combination of psychological manipulation. Now, or say, however, once money was transferred, it was routed through a network of accounts and ultimately laundered to West Africa. It's omuji sikana or my infant ni account mu straight. Omo accounts bebre a omo ebema sikana fame because yempesi ebechi omo. No mu ria no more launder sikane di about West Africa. We beka say the laundering of the money and how do they do it? Sure. Sometimes omu to me the sikano ebe to bibi. Sometimes san omu you or the sikano ebe to bibi to say be a luxurious car bi. And or the sikano ebe to bibi. Eba be drua. Na wa ene ho say waton ana we yi musikano wa. Sure. On my emphasis can transfer ne meto ne enche no. Dabi. Or the better car bia onim say car we dey me the bag Ghana. You be clean the fast. Nkrofo be turn the fast. E ba no azen de okan car na me dia ba ma ba beton. Nti ba kwa wo mu aye chi no na asem nkrofo kan say na ono de ejuma wa ye costo ejuma o turn nam no de number Ghana o turn nam share. Sa so mo nim de ekoso mo fendi agro. You can't can. I say in addition to romance scams, the report added that the syndicate also carried out business email compromise schemes, impersonating company executives or vendors to trick businesses into wiring funds to accounts under their control. Now, there is also another thing, a friend, the business email compromise schemes. Now, business email compromise scheme for you, in order for me to explain for you to understand, no, similar to Adia Edubuahin, accusing the say why no. Because social Edubuahin accusation, you say wajisika se wokoto infidie every Israeli company be ho. Wafeki akwa create bank account in the name of that Israeli company. Eno di sika na akwa to account in muno. Inti no efa enkrofo eni ase na eyo mo se account no ekoto Israeli company no edin account mo se eyo no Edubuahin ne account mo na sika no kokoto ye. So basically what it means ne say enkrofo steady ehun ne say oh company bi ebetue sika bi ama other company bi. Umbesha da yo mo hu so mo ye da other company no more intercept the mail no more jisika no ama mo hu. Nigerian froster kesi a ye friend Hush Papi no so FBI for achina tum no basically no saade no enti ene eche no natie o say Van Yeboah reportedly admitted personally managing several of the romance camps, communicating directly with the victims under fictitious identities, and securing over $10 million in illicit funds through these interactions. It is Van Yeboah wajia tum se wodi sa bone no. No si wono de sika fan nsa se 10 million. He has since pleaded guilty in the United States courts to his role in the international online fraud scheme. He entered the guilty plea before Judge Arun Subramanian at the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York on Thursday. According to a statement issued by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, under the plea agreement, Van Yeboah admitted to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, an offense that carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison under U.S. law. So wajin infunzo atum odi bone no 10 million eba be pin nsase na afa sika no obe ne den yentie ha. He has also agreed to pay restitution and forfeiture amounting to 10,149,429.17 representing the proceeds of the crimes attributed to him. Van Yeboah is expected to be sentenced on June 3rd. Wajin infunzo atum osi obetua 10 million no. Into what is going to happen to him? Obviously, a no shorter sentence, but basically, no plea bargain. And now, what this means is that he might give information. Okay, he might give further information. Ebe to me anam so ama FBI for asanso ababechi more people in Ghana. So expect FBI to act. Montre moi your comment box nimo. Medase.